Why did the ship that was called Unsinkable, the Titanic, sink to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean during its very first journey after hitting an iceberg? And why did over 1,000 people lose their lives in this tragic accident? Was it a human mistake, or was there a fatal flaw in the ship's design itself? At that time, Titanic was considered the world's largest and most luxurious passenger ship. Its length was 269 meters, with 28 meters, and weight 46,000 tons. It had 16 watertight compartments with automatic waterproof doors, so that even if one section was damaged, water couldn't enter the rest. For strength and safety, more than 2,000 steel plates were used in the hull, each 3 centimeters thick, fixed with 3,000 iron rivets. But these iron rivets became very brittle in freezing temperatures, and that hidden weakness turned this dream ship into a silent danger. On April 14, 1912, Titanic began her maiden voyage with over 2,000 passengers on board. Just 4 days later, during the night, it struck an iceberg and sank rapidly. But here's the question. During Titanic's design, engineers conducted high-impact tests, including collision tests. According to the results, the ship would only sink if at least 6 watertight compartments were breached at once. So how did just one iceberg destroy this advanced ship in a matter of minutes? Firstly, Titanic was moving at very high speed. It had 29 boiler systems powering 2 steam engines and 1 turbine engine, together producing 45,000 horsepower, allowing the ship to cruise through the dark icy ocean at 43 kilometers per hour. Secondly, the observation deck was 27 meters high, offering 19 kilometers of visibility during daytime. Normally, under moonlight, the iceberg would have been visible from far away. But that night, the sky was pitch dark, with no moonlight, and the ship was sailing using its own deck lights. Because of this, the iceberg was spotted only when the ship was already very close. The crew had less than 1 minute to react. The captain immediately ordered a left turn, but Titanic's steering controls were not sensitive enough. The ship's front barely escaped, but its sides scraped the iceberg. Due to the collision and freezing temperature, the rivets broke apart, creating a large hole. Water flooded into 4 watertight compartments, and the ship's front began to sink. But another question remained. If the ship had 16 watertight compartments, how did it sink completely in just 2 hours? The answer was found in 1985, when a French-American research team discovered the Titanic wreck, lying 3,600 meters deep south of Newfoundland. Research revealed that some design sacrifices had been made for luxury. To create larger ballrooms and dining halls, the watertight compartments were not sealed to the very top. So when the ship tilted, water overflowed from one compartment to another. The crew tried using pumps to remove the water, but the flooding was too fast. As the front part sank, the rear lifted upward, and under extreme stress, the ship broke in half. Both parts sank separately to the ocean floor. If those watertight compartments had been fully sealed, Titanic might have floated for several more hours or even days, giving rescue teams enough time to save everyone. In the end, only about 700 people survived, while 1,517 passengers, including some of the richest men of that era, were lost forever in the icy waters of the Atlantic, along with the Titanic. Anchor.